Ryan Road in Warren. Call 586-510-4545. At Menzie Salon, they care about your hair. They care about your cut, your color, and your style. Menzie Salon, 22884 Ryan Road in Warren. Call them at 586-510-4545. That's 586-510-4545. Menzie Salon, where they care about your hair, they care about your cut, your color, your curl, and your style.
We all get busy every day. There's work, the market, driving around town, and if you've got kids, you're the go-to person to make sure they're taken care of. You just want to relax, but there's a problem. Clothes on the bed, toys on the couch, rest is going to have to wait. It's time to call Adrian's Divine Heart and Hands personal concierge service. She'll bring order to your home with a deep cleaning that will leave your home spotless, fresh and clean the way you like it. For your home or office, from top to bottom, Adrian's Divine Heart and Hands does laundry and even some small home repairs. You're busy. Call Adrian's Divine Heart and Hands at 947-985-8757. That's 947-985-8757. Adrian's Divine Heart and Hands. It's the John E. Lawrence Summer Jazz Series 2023. This year's lineup is bigger and better than ever before, featuring jazz, funk, and soul. Lynn Roundtree, Norman Brown, Alexander Zanjic, Alex Bouillon, Gerald Albright, Tim Bowman, Paula Atherton, Dwayne Parham, and of course, John E. Lawrence. It all happens at Ford Lake Park, 9075 Huron River Drive, Ypsilanti, Michigan, from 7 until 9 p.m. It's Jazz by the Lake for 10 weeks straight. The John E. Lawrence Summer Jazz Series 2023, starting June 30th through September 9th. Every Friday, parking is just $5. The John E. Lawrence Summer Jazz Series 2023. Don't you dare miss it.
You've heard Now Listen.
Showtime.
WJZD Radio, Detroit.com.
Come on, y'all. How's everybody doing this morning? You know, if you guys were with us yesterday, we had a very, very, very special show. It was impromptu for the holiday, and I brought my partner in crime in, and he's back. He is back, the man, the myth, the legend. That's right. For those of you who are just joining us, welcome to the Rise and Grind. We are your new number one 24-hour streaming station that plays jazz and R&B and so much more. We are WJZD Radio, Detroit.com. This is the Rise and Grind Morning, and I am Don Allen. And this guy here, that guy right over there, him,
good morning.
is Juan Johnson. What's
Good morning.
up, bro?
Good morning. Say good morning.
I can't hear you.
Everybody.
I can't hear you.
Oh,
yeah.
can't.
You
Oh,
got to
you-
turn
you
the
got-
mic up. See?
yeah.
And you sound so much better that way.
Good morning.
Oh, wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
I think I got to turn you up over here. Are you there?
You got to turn me up on the 9 and 10.
Okay, 9 and 10. Okay, I got you.
Can you
There
hear
you
me
are.
now?
I
yeah,
can hear
there
you.
go. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
see?
Good
See?
morning, Yvonne Marie Taylor, Tiffany Irvin's with us, Bruce Moore's with us, Patricia Bijou, always present, the beautiful smile of Patrice Bijou. Good morning to you. And this is something we did yesterday, and it went over real well. You can hear him very well?
Morning.
Okay, good.
Say good morning.
Good morning.
Okay,
Good morning,
now.
sweetie. How you doing?
Now, bye-bye.
Say, get out. Daddy's got to go to work now.
She be stressing me in the morning.
Hey, that's what kids do. It's a blessing. Yeah.
Woo, I need
How you doing,
a
man?
fan.
Hey, I got mine. See it right back here?
My
right there,
goodness.
Right there. There's my fan.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I know Don didn't introduce me normally like he should, but I'll introduce myself a little later.
Here we go.
After this song.
Oh, yeah. This is Marcus Miller, George Duke, and David Sanborn. It's called Run for Cover.
Run for cover.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They may have to run. Don't run outside because it's hot. It's going to be 90 degrees.
It's going to be 90.
You know, but
And it's 80 in the studio
Ooh.
right now.
But see, I got all these computers and all of this lights and whatnot.
Look, bro, I got 5 computers in this room.
Are you 2 up over me? No, actually you are. You're what? 2 over me? Yeah. 1 over me. Yeah. Okay. Let me turn this down so you didn't feed into that. Yeah. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July. You know, and did you have a good 4th of July, Warren?
I was at work.
Me too.
How was at work?
I was getting paid double time though. It was cool.
Oh yeah, well, it's always nice to get that time and a half.
Yeah,
or something.
Somebody said I'm a little too low now. Is that better, Patricia? Is it better? She likes the tone of my voice,
Oh,
and
wow.
I can see why.
Oh,
Because
you know what?
Me and Luther got it Luther don't got it like that no more. So
He had it.
we had a great show yesterday.
Yes.
And it was all guys. Did you notice that? It was mostly all guys. There was some ladies there.
There was some ladies there, but it was mostly all guys.
And it was impressed. I was impressed. I'm not sure who submitted it. Thank you.
It was the Chicago lady.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
It was the Chicago lady.
She proposed a question, and we want to kind of piggyback. I forgot what the question was.
The question was about our faith and how do we quit or do we give up on our faith?
Oh yeah.
As men, but we kind of answered it, and then it just it took a little long. What?
My little sister Janae Ann Smith is with us this morning, Juan, and Janae is a preacher. So that being said,
don't give her the mic.
Not without passing the plate.
Preachers and mics. Preachers and mics.
We're gonna have a benevolent offering. Ain't fixed a doorknob on the church, but anyway, I would like to ask the question since we're getting started. What up, D-Web? What's happening? Yeah. I want to ask the question. When will we all stand up and take responsibility across the board? I was going to ask this question of all the men out there, but then I turned and I looked. I'm like, well, we can't throw all this on guys. And when I'm speaking of, you're saying all what, Don? All of this meaning in your relationship, in your friendship, in your business relationships, in your life as a whole. When will we start? Uh-oh. Here comes Janae. She's like, don't do me out in these streets. Yeah, we putting you out there. Good morning, Vicky Howard Terry. I want to know when we as humans, I don't care what color you are, I don't care what age you are. You see, there's some BS going on out there, and people are not being held accountable to themselves. And I think it all stems from the honesty that we display towards each other. You see, and people who know me, they know one thing about me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna give it to you straight. If it makes me look bad, if I do say something that's a bit out of character or off color, I'll apologize for it. But the truth is the truth.
See, I'm thinking about you.
Oh, Juan, is that you over there?
Yeah, sorry about that.
See, Juan got toys over there, and he's just pushing buttons and
no,
stuff.
it automates after it does some automation stuff because it was on this morning in the UK. So my station was on in the UK this morning, and now it's switching back, and it switched back while.
Okay. Oh, well, it's 6 minutes late.
No, it's supposed to do that 6 minutes late.
Oh,
it's supposed
okay.
to do that 6 minutes late.
My question today is, when will we as adults, as human beings, you could be black, you could be white, you could be Arabic, you could be Latino, you can be Asian, I don't care. When will we stand up as adults and say, look, I lied. Okay, we all have lied. We all have done it before. Everybody. What's up, Big Anthony? Checking in from KC. We need to stand up and be held accountable to ourselves first. If we stand up and be held accountable to ourselves, then we will straighten ourselves out. Do you agree? Juan over there sweating like James Brown.
Yeah, I feel like a Baptist preacher today.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Are you asking me if I agree?
Yeah.
Oh, you might have to turn down your monitors a little bit.
Okay, well, let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, how's that?
That should be better.
Okay.
I think there's yes, we should not lie. Thank you, sweetheart. We should not lie. But being as humans that since we are going to do it, at least own up to it. When you
Amen.
do. When
Amen.
you get found out, just own up to it. And just let life be life.
Even if you don't get found out, it takes a really big person to say, listen, you guys, I have an announcement to make. I lied to you. I am sorry. I hope you will forgive me. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever the story was.
Well,
Say I
most
might have
people
fractured
are
the
not
truth.
gonna. If they ain't found out, they ain't gonna tell nobody.
No, they ain't. Johnny Jury Moaka.
Hey,
Crawford?
that's my people over there in New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand.
Good
Sweet.
morning. Well, I should say good evening. Is early morning over there in New Zealand. How you doing, Johnny?
What's going on, bro?
His
Welcome
daughter-
to the Rise and Grind Morning Coffee.
His daughter and his son are one of the most profound artists coming out of New Zealand.
Wow. And we got my man Daryl Dyer, one of the baddest DJs in the motor, listening with us this morning. What's up, D? So glad you joined us. Yeah. This is the Rise and Grind Morning Coffee with Don Allen, and that guy over there is Juan Johnson.
Hey.
We are talking about standing up and being held accountable. We all say, yeah, I'm a grown man. Yeah, I'm a grown woman. Well, I always say, and my people around me, and I got a real small circle of people around me, I always say grown people do grown people shit. I'm not saying that word. See, Janae says, I don't think we realize how much work a lie requires until it's too late. Ooh,
Yep.
I told you Janae was gonna bring it.
Yep,
Michelle,
she's right.
what's happening? And it does take a lot of work to lie. Because you
Excuse me,
got to
Don.
be creative.
Excuse me, Doc. It's 1 a.m. in Wellington. Thanks for joining us, Johnny. I know it's super,
dark
super
over there.
Yeah, it's dark over there right now.
The sun is shining here in Detroit. We're expecting a high of 90 degrees.
Oh, my God.
And I'm looking forward to it. I love it hot. I don't know about nobody else. When I retire, I'm thinking I'm going to move to Arizona. My brother
70
lives out there.
70s, 80s is fine with me.
No, I need 100, 110, 120.
No, I don't need
As
it
long as
that
the
hot.
AC is working,
I don't
I
need
won't
it
come
that
out till
hot.
night.
That's too close to hell.
Wait a minute. D-Web posted something. I'm going to put it on screen.
Wait. Before you say anything to D-Web.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Don. How you doing?
Oh, dang,
What you
that
been up
sounds,
to, girl? What you
Wait a
been
minute,
up to,
that sounded
girl?
personal.
What you been up
Y'all
to?
need a moment?
You know that's my girl.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Dawn says, if we're completely honest with each other, things would be so much better. We lie so that we don't hurt each other. But truth be told, lies hurt the most. And she is so very right.
I don't know.
Dawn and I have known each other since we were teenagers.
I don't know.
And she'll tell you, and I'm going to be honest with you, I lied a lot to Dawn. Dawn checked me on a lie I did just the other day.
Hey.
And then I came clean with it, and we
Look.
moved on. What's up? Jay Square is with us this morning.
What up, though, J Square? My boy,
Wait a minute.
Square.
Dawn said, hey, baby. Good morning, Juan. How you doing?
See, I
y'all
like-
need a moment, don't y'all?
Wait a minute. See, I like that in the morning.
Oh, damn.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Don.
Wait a minute. It is getting hot in here.
You know what?
And Jay Square's
my
with us,
girl.
Don. What you mean when you retire? You ain't going anywhere. That's what y'all-
He
That's
ain't
y'all
lied. You lied about retiring.
No, I'm going to
I'm
retire.
gonna look over. I'm gonna look
I ain't
over.
say I was
I'm gonna
gonna
look over
stop. I said I was
on
gonna
your
retire.
side. I'm gonna look on your side. You lied about retiring.
Wait a minute. And I'm going to look back over at you. I'm retiring. I didn't say I was going to stop broadcasting. I'm going to retire from work.
Retire mean retire.
No, when it retires, I'm like Jamaican. I got like 15 jobs, man. I got 15 jobs. I'm
Look.
going to let go of 7 of them.
Look.
I still have 6.5 to go.
We talking about lies. I don't know. Some lies that keep you from being in trouble.
Like your boy Daryl R. Powell is in the building from Virginia. What's going on over there?
Virginia
and
in the
Bernard
building.
Mason.
What's up, Bernard? How you doing?
Yeah.
Look, when people invite you certain places and you can't go or you don't want to go, yeah, that little lie be like, I got busy. I'm sorry, I got busy. Something came
I'll tell
up.
people if I'm invited somewhere, which is rare because people don't want me around. I just say I'm tired, and I'm telling the truth because once again, hey Tiffany, if you know anything about me, you know that from the second I get up, I come in the studio. I upgrade the station. I gotta do the show, write commercials, write the show. Get out of here, go make my lunch, get dressed, go to work, come home from work, update the studio some more. Now, Juan has told me countless times, Don, the studio can run itself.
It
I'm
can.
like, yeah, but the thing about the studio running itself, it does not know what songs sound good coming behind the next song.
You have to program it.
But jazz and R&B is a unique flow.
You
that
got to
have
program it.
You know,
You got to program it. It's easy.
Bro.
I'm trying to tell, but sometimes you have to put your personal touch in it, and I
Exactly.
understand that.
There you
I
go.
understand that, but it can flow.
Bernard Mason said, you must be honest with self before you can be honest with others. There you go, Bernard. Spit that truth.
I feel like we should be playing Michael Jackson's "Man in the Mirror."
Over there, J Square asking questions. He said, text me what to do on the website. Don't forget that. You got it. I got to send you a bunch of pictures.
Oh,
J
we in
Square,
the- we in the
Monica,
next-
he takes care of the website for us.
We in the next song. Hold on, let me do this real quick.
Oh, you want to put the next song in?
Yes, after I do this, you go ahead and stop Shaka for a second.
That ain't
I just
Shaka,
want-
that's SOS Band, baby.
Oh, that's SOS. Okay, I wasn't listening that good.
And see,
okay,
wait a minute,
here we
before
go.
you go ahead, wait a minute, before you do that, Patricia Bijou says, I don't like program radio. Stay live, Don. And wait a minute,
No,
Tiffany
no, it's
said,
not-
Tiffany on my team too. Leave Don alone and let him run it.
No,
Thank
let
you,
me
ladies.
let me explain
Thank
this
you.
before y'all get on my back.
And they being
Let me
honest.
explain this. Let me explain this. Because you can program the station to run certain songs, or pick or make a list. Don knows this. He can make a list of good songs and put them all in a playlist.
Yeah,
And the
okay.
station will pick from that playlist during the time that he is not able to program it himself. And so from that playlist, the program will pick the music, set it in there, let it play, plus the commercials and everything else. But Don likes to
Put that
handpick the
personal
songs.
touch. Exactly.
Handpick the songs.
And see, you said something that's key, and I'm going to tell you what it is. You said the computer can pick. Okay, that's what we're eliminating, because the computer does not have an ear. It does not know what'll come out of SOS Band and go into what other song. It might pick, let's say, Mesa or Lucille Fallon.
Yeah,
And then
no,
I may
that
want to add. I want to add a new song. Like I may want to add some Jared Lawson, and we will be hearing Jared Lawson. this hour.
that I understand. That's not an issue with me. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying during the time that, like, when you're on vacation, make that list. Let the computer do its job.
Wait a minute. When I'm on vacation, I take my laptop with me.
I know.
do. You know I do.
See, that's what I'm saying. It never stops. Mm-hmm. You will be always doing it. You need a break, and that's
I
why.
do.
That's why I said
And I
that
really
up.
need some. I really need to teach somebody how to do this, and it's going to have somebody with an ear for music. You got it.
or you
J
can
Square
pick-
has it. Mellow Mike really has it. But you can't intrude upon their lifestyles as well as yours, because you busy. Where you going after you get off the air, Juan?
I ain't telling you.
Okay.
quiet, Don.
All right, then.
No, but what I was going to say is that you could also make a 12-hour.
Ooh.
What,
Daryl
what?
Dyer saying this: pre-programmed playlists can not ever compare to an informed, experienced musical ear.
I
Spit
agree.
that, D.
But see, y'all not understanding. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't have a problem because I work in video production. So video productions is basically the same thing as radio productions when it comes to having a person instead of an automated, motionless robotic camera, to have somebody on camera for you that gives you that personal touch, that makes the moves and certain things, or have the ideal to make a move. Like, nobody could shoot from under an artist up to the stage except unless you put a camera there, and then that's the shot, and that's always the shot. But the motion and the movement that you have with a person is so much different than with a robotic camera. And I do understand that. So I do understand having a person there that has an ear for music, that can pick the music in his row and make it sound great. But there is a time that you need rest. And you can make a 12-hour block, save it, and then let the computer pull that 12-hour block of music that you picked.
We'll tell you what.
But we'll go through that. We'll go through that
we
another
talk
time.
about that later because we
But
got way off course.
Hold on, but I got to do this.
Y'all making me miss my commercials too, incidentally.
Being brilliant just isn't easy, but this man makes it look oh so simple.
This
Coming
is the
out
Juan,
of the beautiful
Juan
city
Johnson
of Detroit,
introduction,
Michigan,
everybody.
to your home, bringing you the world's #1 internet morning radio show.
Second,
And
number 2.
always the smartest man in the room. I introduce to you your mama's favorite show and your girlfriend or wife's favorite DJ, often imitated but never duplicated, DJ Juan, the producer, Johnson. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Now,
Everybody.
that's how we do it. That's how we do it in the morning. We get ready in the morning just like this. Oh, yeah.
Now, I'll give Juan credit. Juan is a video camera genius.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay?
This
And
show, but the host need Jesus.
praise the Lord. Also, Brenda Wilson, hit me up at wjzdradio@gmail.com. Man, I got some echo going on here.
Turn down your speaker. Turn down your monitors.
Okay, there it is. Once again, Brenda, she's doing a special on Jackie Wilson, and she wants me to interview her. Wait, let me go back
Oh,
to
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know,
do that.
here it is. I'm gonna
Upcoming
put it on
TV
screen.
series. I see that.
Yeah, there it is right there. Hi, Brenda.
Scotland is in the house. Scotland, good morning, Scotland.
Good morning.
What's going
Top of
on,
the morning
Craig?
to
How
you.
you doing?
J Square replying to Norville, I love learning new technology. And J Square is a fountain of knowledge himself.
Yes,
so
he
we got to
is.
get with him. And
But
we're going to put all these pieces
did you see
together.
that? Did you see that? Prophet
No.
Lee. That's my man Lee. What's up, Lee? One of the baddest solo
Prophet-
guitarists. He
Prophet
said
Steve
Juan
Lee.
is a what?
Video genius, video camera genius. Good morning, Deborah Gray. We like hand-picked song. That's like playing "I Destroyed Your Love" Part 1, and then the next song is "Who Let the Dogs Out" instead of playing "I
Right.
Destroyed Your Love" Part 2. Not cool.
Right.
Very good.
It's not,
Very true.
It's not cool.
But we have gotten way off subject here.
Okay, so let's go back.
I tell you what. First off, we got to run some commercials because these guys paid me to do this. So
Oh, yeah, do that
let's give them a
first.
second, then we'll get back to it.
Station in town. WJZD Radio.
Oh, that's right. I put it on manual.
It's the John E. Lawrence Summer Jazz Series 2023. This year's lineup is bigger and better than ever before, featuring jazz, funk, and soul. Lynn Roundtree, Norman Brown, Alexander Zonjic, Alex Bouillon, Gerald Albright, Tim Bowman, Paula Atherton, Dwayne Parham, and of course, John E. Lawrence. It all happens at Ford Lake Park, 9075 Huron River Drive, Ypsilanti, Michigan, from 7 until 9 p.m. It's Jazz by the Lake for 10 weeks straight. The
You
John
should
E.
come to
Lawrence
this.
Summer Jazz Series 2023.
I am.
starting June 30th through September
On one of my
9th.
Fridays,
Every
I'm off.
Friday, parking is just $5. The John E. Lawrence Summer Jazz Series 2023. Don't you dare miss it.
This message is for the guys. The type of man that makes a statement without saying a word. It's all about the way you dress. The City Warehouse is the place for real men who know style. From the casual to the boardroom to a formal evening out. The City Warehouse has what you need to make a statement. We can talk a little bit over this. Have you been to the City Warehouse over on
Yes.
Greenfield, right next to Lou's
Yes.
Deli?
Yes.
Daryl Dyer knows what I'm talking about. And when you guys, tell y'all what, when y'all see me this Friday, know that everything that I will have on will have come from the City Warehouse.
City Warehouse.
There and for every Friday. The Kingsman has it all. The Kingsman shoes at 22750 J Square said, I'm loving this one, and I go back to Barton Cable freelance days.
Yes, sir. And I was a public access instructor there.
Wow.
And the Kingsman shoes.
Yeah, before they sent me to Philadelphia.
Oh, and I got one question for all y'all. Did y'all get y'all tickets to this damn show? You know we're going to postpone this show. We're actually in conversation about postponing the Blackbird show because a lot of people still don't know about it.
Downtown Detroit, the Blackbirds.
You know, we're going to move it back maybe a month or so. I will let you guys, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm really sorry, but folks is lazy.
Sonic.com or AXS.
Get your tickets today and we won't do it.
The Masonic
Simple.
box office. The Blackbirds are coming to Detroit to celebrate their 50-year anniversary.
Doing it.
Tour, plus opening the show, Detroit's own Daja. Don't miss the 50-year
Okay, this is the last
anniversary
commercial.
World Tour
Doing
of the
it.
Blackbirds, Friday, July 14th at the Masonic Temple. VIP holders entry at 7 p.m. Doors open at 8. WJZD Radio presents the Blackbirds. Don't miss it.
Okay, we are back live on the Rise and Grind Morning Coffee with Juan Johnson. And
What up,
Don
though?
Allen. What's happening, everybody around the world? Thank you all for joining us. We did this like impromptu yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, we did it impromptu yesterday, and it got over like gangbusters. So we said we coming back tomorrow and do it again. Yep. We ain't doing it tomorrow because I'm not going on the air tomorrow.
Now, if you weren't on the air tomorrow, you would be with me at 7 a.m.
Oh, no, I
to
ain't getting up at
10:30.
7.
Yeah,
Nah,
see,
bro.
my people. I have to make sure I do a show early enough for the UK, for my people in Scotland, my people in New Zealand. I gotta get up early for
I do
them.
my show for people on the east side, the west side, Southfield, Bloomfield Hills.
That's why I say I'm the world's #1 internet morning
Daryl
radio
Powell,
show.
Go check them out and tell them you heard about it on WJZD Radio Detroit.
Yes.
But we are talking about adults, being an adult. What does it take to be an adult? To me, it takes being honest and upfront. See, what you guys have to realize is that you can be honest and say what you want to say, but be tactful in the way that you say something. And we as humans have a problem with reading too much into what they hear, okay? So if I tell you something like, Juan, I think you should come over and we're going to go to the gym and we're going to exercise. You know, there's that way of saying it. Then they're saying, Juan, if you come over to the gym, we're going to exercise and, we're going to make you healthy. There's that way of saying it. But then they're saying, Juan, so you don't sweat like a dog every day when I see you on the air. Why don't you go to the gym and exercise? And see, there's 3 different ways of saying go to the gym. Okay? I'm using that as an example. I'm just using that as an example.
Me going to the gym and sweating like a dog in the studio is 2 different. It's a sauna in here.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what makes me sweat because it's a sauna. It's hot.
But my point is this.
That won't stop when I lose weight.
We need to learn to be honest, and we need to be an adult and be able to take constructive criticism.
Right.
If it's advice, say, I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but if it's advice that we're giving, if it's, well-founded and well-grounded, it's because taking into consideration that person loves you and enough that it cares about you to tell you the truth. Because I'm going to tell you, the second I catch you in a lie, I will not forget it. I won't say anything about it, but I will not forget it.
But see, this is the thing, Don. A lot of people hold on to things like that. They hold on to, I caught him in a lie, and I ain't say nothing to him, but I should have said something to him. No, it doesn't teach you how to deal. You just go to him and say, you can do it tactfully without offending them like that. You know what I'm saying?
When you're lying to me, I don't have to be tactful. I'll be like, dog, that's a lie, and you know it.
Well, see, that's tactful.
I'll prove it to you.
That's tactful.
Prove it to you.
But see, that's tactful between one-on-one. I'm talking about trying to embarrass them in front of people.
I never try to do that.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't try to downplay or talk down to or embarrass anyone. Unless they try to cut on me, then I'll dig in my bag and I'll make you feel so bad you'll cry.
You know what? I don't even do that. When people cut in on me, I just don't say nothing. I'll be like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I know how to deal with them from that point on.
Exactly. Dealing with them with a long-handled spoon is what it's called.
Or
you
not
know.
at all.
Yeah, you can do that too. Because when you come at me wrong, you know, and when you try to humiliate me, I've been humiliated and dogged by some of the best in the business. So some of it hurts, you know. But I'm a big boy. I can take it.
Let me say good morning.
And I move on.
Let me say good morning to my cousin Roxanne is in the house, and Mama Leonard. Hi, Mama Leonard. How you doing?
Hi, Mama Leonard.
How you doing? We talking about being
Daryl
adults.
says, why waste your energy on what doesn't matter? And that's exactly right. You know,
And that's my pastor right there. That's my pastor right there.
Daryl, you spitting the truth, baby. You know, sometimes you have to be adult, and you know, if we convey the problem with men is men especially have problems dealing with their own emotions. That boils into anger, and then they lash out and they say things that they truly would not have normally said. They may mean it, but they lash out.
Men that are more in touch with their feminine side.
No, it doesn't matter. Feminine, or let's not call it feminine because it's emotional. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you.
Okay, let's say that. Let's say that they're more in touch with their emotional side. They're more emotional than they should be.
And I'm gonna tell you how it starts. As a child, good morning, Adrian. As a child, you got two kids, both 5 years old. One's a little boy, one's a little girl. Little boy out playing, he falls, scrapes his knee. He comes back to his parents, and the daddy says, you know, oh, that ain't nothing but you brush that off. Get out there, boom, go hit it, go play some more. You know, little girl scrapes the knee, comes back, oh, come on, little baby, let me kiss that boo-boo, my little baby. See, we are programmed from an early age to accept painful situations and unusual or unique situations differently from boys and girls. Okay? Now, once again, little boy scrapes his leg. Oh, it ain't nothing but you wipe that off. You're going to be a football player when you get up. You know, you're going back out there and play some more. You know, little girl scrapes it. Come here, baby. Let me kiss that boo-boo. You know, and that's just the way it goes. And it shouldn't be that way. I'm like, if you're going to show favor to the little girl, show some to the little boy, or vice versa. Girl, that ain't nothing but a little scrape. Let me wipe it off, and they're going out there and finish playing.
Well, what happens is that we think that society has been taught that little boys are harder than little girls. And what we need to start teaching is that when they're hurt, it's going to be okay instead of
precisely
get up and brush yourself off. You straight.
Precisely. You know,
you straight.
Daryl Dwayne Harris says the only emotion that we are socialized to deal with is anger, and we're not socialized to deal with that in a positive manner. And I can prove that. Turn on the news. I mean, all over this country in the past 3 days, we have had massive shootings. These are they who don't know how to handle themselves emotionally, mentally. They got stress going on, or, you know, because there's no way you think it's cool to go out into a crowd of people and spray and hit children, old people sitting on their porch just watching people have a good time. They getting hit with bullets. That's insane. These are people who don't know how to handle themselves emotionally. It's also time for fathers, stand up to your kids. You see, if you are a friend to your child, as a child, when that child grows up, he's still thinking we still cool. And if he's bigger than you, now he can punk you out as the dad. So that's why my mom, when she raised me, she was, oh, I'm not your friend. Your friends live down the street. I'm your mother, and I'm running this.
What happens is we forgot to instill. There's a art to instilling fear inside of your children. That's not fear where they are totally scared of you, but knowing that fear says, okay, she's my mom. I have to have some respect for her, even when I get to a certain age. Because some kids and some people, and I've seen parents do it. Once their kids get a certain age, oh, they can say whatever they want. They're grown.
Oh, yeah.
No,
absolutely not.
No, absolutely not.
I'll wake up the next morning with a headache.
Look, I'll wake up the next day in prison. Let my child say something to me. The people that know me already know. My son won't even call me. Won't even
Gerald
call me
Dwayne
by my
Harris
first
says,
name.
Yes, Wanda, it's called reverence. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Dawn says, I feared my mother until.
Look, let me tell you about my mama.
Wait a minute, hold on. Janae says the norm is teaching boys that their emotions don't matter, and when we question their actions / decisions.
But
as
wait a
adults.
minute, Janae. Men's emotions really don't matter.
So you just opened up a can of something. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do.
They only matter to you and your wife. They don't matter to nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Because at your job, your emotion, you can't run on your emotions.
You can't bring your emotions into it at your
Nope.
job.
You can't bring your emotions on anywhere else. You can't bring your emotions, can't pay no bills. Your emotions can't, and especially if you got the weight of the world and the weight of your family on your shoulders, your emotions have to play a back burner. The only place your emotions really count is between you and your spouse.
Ooh, say, okay, Juan. All right, touche. But I mean, now, how do we address that? I mean, because it has to be dealt with. If you're emotionally unstable, and you take that to work, I mean, how do you address that? And I'm gonna tell you, for me, this is how it works for me, because I have strong faith. I go straight to my Bible. I go straight to my pastor. I go straight to my church people, and we sit out and I open up to them because I feel and I trust them. They will not judge me, and they will try to help me. They'll give me a different view of what is going on inside of me. Sometimes you need that external input instead of dealing with everything on the inside yourself. You've got to be able to get with people that you trust and that people who know you, and some people who are knowledgeable, because if you go to somebody stupid, they're going to tell you some stupid stuff.
Stupid games get you stupid prizes.
Just like in a computer, garbage in, garbage out. That's what happens. So you have to go to someone who is knowledgeable.
I'm going to say this, Don.
Let me finish this and I'm going to let
go
you
ahead.
go. Be careful, because people have ulterior motives. They have a motive. When they give you advice, they're also skewing what they say to you to give, to make it in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
So later down the road, they can come back and say, well, you remember, like I told you,
if you had did that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Some people giving you advice is living vicariously through you because they couldn't do it or they can't do it at that time. They'll say something to you to tell you what they would have done, but they just living vicariously through you, and you have to discern between what's good advice and what is emotional advice. See, there's two different things. There's two different advices you can give. One is emotional. That's if, say for instance, your daughter and her boyfriend, they get into an argument. Your emotional advice will be like, forget that boy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we
but
got to listen to some of our listeners.
Wait, but let me say this. As men, we have to teach our young boys from a small age how to deal with their emotions.
Ooh.
By the time they're men, they'll know how to discern when I can be emotional and when I can't be emotional. But that's something that has to be worked on.
They don't even know what they're feeling. They don't know it's their emotions that they're being guided by. J Square says, we also have to deal with cultural conditioning in our community. Men have to learn how to process how we feel, which is what we just said, because we don't deal with emotionally and can manifest physically. Dawn says, we must become truthful and honest with ourselves first and foremost. You have to be careful who you share anything with. Very true. Dawn said something to me a while back. She was like, have you ever looked at yourself naked in the mirror? And I said that yesterday. That's where I got it from. When you look at yourself naked in the mirror, then you get down to the bare facts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but some of us need house coats when we look at ourselves when we're in front of the mirror.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Wait a minute. Let's get some music bed under us. My man here, everybody has been hollering about this guy.
Is that guy?
That's Jared Lawson.
Yeah.
It's called
I like
All
that.
Surrounds. I'm gonna just put him as a music bed, but we can continue on.
Throw up Adrian's comment real quick.
Okay. Oh, Adrian says so many men are emotionless.
And let me speak on that real quick.
Oh, here we go.
Again, I'm gonna reiterate what I said earlier. men's emotions don't matter. If you're looking for a man that is not your mate to have some emotion, you shouldn't be.
Excuse me, I'm going to get some water.
Go ahead. And because men's emotions don't matter except between their mate. So if you have a significant other that you're asking for him to have some emotion, if he did not grow up being able to know how to control his emotions and things like that, and he was taught as a young child, you can't cry, you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to be a man. Being a man is this. You're not gonna get that. You're not, and asking him to have some emotion is not gonna make him have emotions. Asking him to open up, that comes with trust. Men are emotionless to women because they don't trust you. Because a lot of women would take, and this is just from what I've seen and what I've experienced, women would take what a man tells them in a weak point and use it against them.
Yep.
And that's what that's why men build up walls. So there's, you can't hurt me.
That's a two-way street, Warren. You can't just say men do that to women, because women do it to men too.
Yeah, women do it to men, but
we are.
But
all
women are the
equal in
only
this-
people. But women are the only
disconnect.
people asking men to have emotions, but then at the same time, telling them not to have too much emotion.
Well, no, wait. First of all, you're looking over at the wall like you're looking at me.
No, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. And I'm reading the comments. Because my monitor is over there, but my camera is right here.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something right now, sir.
But let me tell you
Look at me
something.
when I'm talking to you.
You look at me. But no, for real. Young boys are grown up to not have emotions, especially when they play sports, any sport, or if they're in like boxing or anything like that. You're not supposed to have any emotions, but they're not trained to know when to have emotion and when not to have emotion. And that comes from having a father or a man in your life that knows the difference between being a boy and being a man,
And in the black
when
community-
you hold your emotions in and who to tell.
In the black community, sadly, the father is not around. We have been channeled and directed and programmed so in such a manner that the vast majority, dare I say it, of us didn't have a strong male figure to raise us, in a balanced home. I was so envious of my friends when I was younger. My mom did the best she could, and I am proud of the way I was raised because I was well-rounded, but my dad wasn't around. And then my buddy Kerry's dad wasn't around, but his stepfather saw that there was a need and filled that void for both of us and raised us to be. He took us fishing. He taught us the meaning and the requirements of being a man.
That's what's up.
Here's a man who had us raking grass, raking leaves, cutting grass, shoveling snow, and all the rest of that. Had us washing his Cadillac, but in return, he was like, okay, now, here are the keys. Y'all can go wherever y'all want. Sunday morning at 7 a.m., I want y'all at the church setting up chairs. And that was the deal. We the only two people we knew, we had our little jobs, and we went and bought our clothes, and we were riding around a brand new Cadillac, brand new every year until we upgraded to Mercedes, and then we were bouncing Mercedes as teenagers. Then when we went to the high school senior trip, we pulled up in a camper, and they were like, "How do y'all do that?" I'm like, "We just do what we're supposed to do, But when Benny got mad, he made us held us accountable for the things we did wrong. These young boys now, since they don't have a fatherly figure around them, they don't accept full responsibility. And I love all mothers. I really do. I love and respect all mothers. But some moms need to say, hold on, to their kids. Say, look, it's time for you to grow up. You have to let your kid fall every now and then. You know, let him be held accountable so he or she can stand up and say, well, dang, she let me fall. I'm like, no, it's called learning. You know, you got bills to pay, you got a job, that's what you do. As you grow up, nothing in this life is free. We all have to get up every morning and go, hit that clock, earn that bread, pay them bills, and learn how to budget. Sadly, in schools, instead of teaching home ec and all the rest of that, teach us how to budget, balance your checkbook. Well, they don't use checkbooks no more, but balance your money and all of that. Uh-oh, here come my little sister. I got to read. Whenever Janae says something,
Go ahead.
Oh, well, anyone who is not emotionally available should not be taken seriously in a relationship. Therefore, shouldn't engage in them. I get what you're saying, but if a man knows that about himself, or a woman eventually figures that out about her man, her man's ways should part. We expect our partner to be full functioning. The other person didn't make them that way. It starts at home.
And let me bounce off of that. See, in my house, I had a wonderful male community. So when my dad was alive and he raised us, because my dad was always at home with us. He went to every game. He went to every outing. He was the chaperone. He was the lunch aide. He did all of that when we were young, and then as we got older, he went to all our games and stuff. Mm-hmm. But as we got past the age of high school and things like that, my dad was always there until he passed away. And when my dad passed away, my uncle jumped in.
There you go.
And when my uncle passed away, my other uncle jumped in and he was like, I got y'all. Don't worry about it. I got you. And so by the time I was 30 something, mm-hmm. I knew what being, a man was like. I saw my uncles do this and I saw my dad do this. And so I had a great male community to help me. Now, there's some things that I did because there were choices of mine.
That's part of growing up, Juan.
Yep. But at the same time, I grew up in a great male community that was family.
So Janae has one other question, and I'm gonna post it. So what's the solution?
The solution is to raise your child in the way they should go.
If you
if you
black
teach your
people child respect, and reverence, not fear, but reverence. I mean, because if you read the Bible, it says fear the Lord. It doesn't mean be scared of the Lord. It means revere and to respect and to honor and love the Lord, because the Lord He's worthy of all the worship we give Him. And
but let me put this in practice.
Fear.
Let me put this in practical means. Let me put this in practical means of how people can start doing this in their own lives or in the next generation. Black people, stop kicking your kids out the house when they turn 18. Let them stay as long as they have to.
But teach them how to handle their business.
Teach them how to handle business. And when they come home, because they've been working at this job at McDonald's and it's
Janae is coming again. She was like, "What is the solution for a grown man that struggles with this wine?"
I'm making it general for everybody, but I'm gonna bring it to just men. But black people, don't kick your kids out when they're young like that, especially when you have a 2-parent household. When you have a mother and a father, keep them children in as long. No generation kicks their children out. I mean, no other race or other culture kicks their children out the house but black people, because we've been taught once they're 18, they're grown, they can leave. As much as other cultures say that, they don't do it. We do it, but don't know other cultures do it. As for men need to stay. When their child comes home, when their boys come home, they had a hard day at work, they need to sit down with their fathers and be like, yo, and the dads need to recognize this and be like, yo, you had a hard day at work? You all right? Because sometimes that question, are you all right, is never asked to a lot of men.
You see, the thing
by their wives or by their girlfriends or anybody. You all right will help you understand a lot of things about men. And then you want them to have emotion. Well, you'll get that. You'll get how they feel. And when you continually ask them, "You all right? How you doing today? How was your day?" What happens is you get a man that'll open up. But men, again, they want the solution to this is to allow men to trust you with their most delicate parts of them. Because when women take a delicate part of a man and crush it, you'll never get that back.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. It's done.
You know, they go
It's
up
done.
like this. Because let me tell you something. My poor little heart been dragged through the mud, cut, dragged over broken glass, stomped, beat, blown up, shot up, and all of that. You know, and I'm surprised that I remain as open to new ideals and methods of, you know, communicating as I have. You know, maybe it's the career path that I have chosen. But I want to, you know, keep focusing on what people are saying here. Janae says, ask what is the solution for a grown man that struggles with this. J Square says, God and counseling.
Yep.
I asked my family how their day was at work. At work, my sons asked me the same thing. Patricia says, adult women do not want an adult man living at home. When they do leave the house, then...
When do they leave the house then?
Yeah.
So a grown man will leave the house when he feels like I can do this on my own. If you have taught your children the right way, if you have taught them the right way, they'll be able to get out there and handle it. They'll know when.
Mm-hmm.
They'll know when.
And another thing, when your kids go out, know who they hanging with.
Yeah.
Know who your child's friends are. Know where your child's friends live. Know your child's friends' parents, and make sure your child is doing good in school. And if his friends come over to see him or her, say, all right, let me see everybody's grades. Y'all want to talk all of this hip and cool and buy me and take me. See, when I was married and I had 2 stepsons, I was like, listen, fellas, I'm not your dad. I'm never going to step into that role. I am the head of the household, though. So I tell y'all what, I was living in Texas. We were watching the world's greatest amusement parks, and Cedar Point came on. And I was like, I used to go there all the time. You didn't. I was like, I have. I tell you what, I'll take you. When the grades come out, if you guys show me vast improvement, note I didn't say I want straight A's. I said if you show me vast improvement, I will take you. What me and my ex-wife did was we made the plan. We rented the minivan. We cross country from Houston, Texas to Detroit to let them see grandma. Then we took them to Cedar Point, and then we drove all the way back. Well, I did most of the damn driving, but that's 23 and a half hours. But, here comes Janae. Janae says, I don't agree with that. Women ask that. The issue is that the men that fit this category are guarded, untrusting, as you say, and don't have the verbiage to formulate an emotional thought because they're not used to doing it. And she's right. Therapy is key. But it does take therapy.
But that comes with not having a male community to help to show them. That comes with not having a male community. The men she's talking about, that Janae is talking about, are men that don't have that male surrounding them and saying, I'll take you under my wing. And Patrice said sometimes they won't leave. Well, that's because they haven't been prepared to leave. So if you want your child to leave and you leave a house, so you don't get them an apartment.
Okay,
as a parent, get them an apartment.
Patricia says they may never leave. Living on your own teaches you, both men and women, how to take care of things without their parents. And
yes,
true enough,
it does.
Some of us do need to do that because some of us, face it, don't have parents. That's why, what happened to the community? What happened to the village? I mean, when I was little, when my mom wasn't away, everybody raised me, okay? Everybody, the neighbors, next door neighbors kept an eye out on me. And if I was out there cutting up, guess what? Don got his behind whipped, and Janae said I was responding to you saying that women don't ask men if they're okay. I think she's talking to you, Juan. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I
saying about
got
that.
what she's saying. I got what she was saying.
Yeah.
I'm fixing something for DJ Little Baby. There you go, baby. But no, I did get what she was saying. But again, like I was saying, for men that don't have that community, they need help. A lot of them just need a male or.
And I think that's what Janae is
I'm
saying.
not
Therapy is key.
Therapy is key, but therapy can come in so many different ways. If a married man, to me, if a married man can't talk to his wife or, as part of his therapy, there's a problem.
Yep.
And there's a lot of married men
Then
that
both
can't
of y'all
talk to
go
their
to
wife.
therapy.
Yeah.
Because if you go to therapy, you might as well take your spouse with you anyway, because questions about the spouse is going to arise.
It's gonna
in
come up.
therapy. You know.
And she may need to hear what some of your answers are.
Yeah, and you may need
So
to
she'll
hear
know
what
how
some
to-
of hers are.
And so
And
she'll
if
know
there's
how
a
to deal.
disconnect there, therapy is not a place for you to gain ammunition against one another. It's there for you to create a bridge so that you guys can be together happily.
But see, and I'm talking to Patricia real quick, where she says this conversation is too general, but you have to make it general.
Yeah.
You have to make it general. You can't, be gender specific on who you're talking to. I mean, we could talk to men, then that leaves women out of the conversation.
Now, Dawn says, I do ask if they're okay, but a lot of men don't want to open up and be true with their feelings. And then she follows up and says, how many men honestly will go? Let me tell you something. If you and your man are having a problem, your husband, your spouse are having a problem, and one doesn't want to go, then perhaps that ain't the one. Because if they don't want to fix something and something clearly is broken, and they feel they can fix it by themselves, if that's the case, why is it broke?
I don't agree with that, Don. I don't agree with that.
That's me.
The reason I say why I don't agree with that is because, again, a lot of things with men rely on trust. They won't go because they don't trust that person. They don't trust the therapist. They don't.
Or they don't trust themselves.
And that too. But the thing is, you have to have a lot, or you have to be to men. You have to be almost at your bottom to go to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It shouldn't be like that, though.
But you beat me to the punch. It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that.
If you
Because
need help,
if
you need help.
Thank you.
You know,
you need help.
flat
You
out.
need help.
Good. Patricia says, I'm talking about this conversation does not apply to all men. And very true, it does not apply to all men.
It doesn't.
We are all different, and all women are different.
Wait a
Don't
minute.
get it twisted.
Wait a minute. Why doesn't it apply to all men? Let me ask that question. Why doesn't this apply to all men? Because if this is general, then it can apply to anybody. It should apply to everybody.
Touche.
So if the conversation is general, it should apply to everybody. Why doesn't it apply to all men? And I'm gonna tell you why she said that. Because what being a man is subjective from woman to woman.
Ooh, touche. Uh-oh. We getting some paragraphs written up in here. I'm going to try to get up many of it. Tina Mokalate says, men should be guided by a positive male role model. We are living in a time where we as people are only concerned with just our own issues. We need to be open as a community to help one another. And then Dawn says, then let the man pick the therapist.
I agree with that. I would agree with that. I would go with that.
Janae says, no, a partner/spouse can't be everything to the other person. They can support us in our journey to healing, but therapists are therapists for a reason. Your spouse can pray for you and keep you on a path to growth, but a professional is very much needed. Trust
in some cases.
Trust is a process. But if you want something you never had, then you have to do something you never do. And ooh, that's why I love me some Janae. That's what, girl, spit that. I'm gonna give you a water bottle, Janae.
But let me say this to Janae with after that comment. Let me say this to Janae. If you're talking about a man who is emotionless and doesn't know how to show his emotions, and you're asking him to go to therapy, And when he doesn't, what does that say to you?
I mean, to me, it says you need to maybe go searching some more. I mean, that's the writings on the wall.
But you can't do that for a husband. You can't do that for a husband. You just gonna up and just get rid of your husband because he's emotionalist and he doesn't know how to show emotion.
You knew that going in. You knew that going in, didn't you?
There it is.
Yeah, and then that's something they need to talk about as well.
And you can't just divorce people because they don't show any feeling.
Wow, this is getting deep.
Now, if we're gonna stay Bible, we're gonna stay Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just divorce people because they don't show any feelings.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna stay Bible. Let's stay Bible. And you can ask them to go, and you can pray for them to do what you needed to do. But once you pray for them, you gotta let God handle that.
Yeah,
You gotta get, and if they don't do it in a time frame that you think they should be doing it, then you putting God in a box.
Ooh, you never put my Lord and Savior in a box. You know, my God is omnipotent. Ain't nothing too tough for my God. Dwayne says, how about don't marry people who are emotionless?
There you go. There you
my
go.
Man.
Because sometimes
Daryl.
women be looking at that outer package and they be like, oh, and he got the bag, he looked fine.
Okay, wait a minute.
I'm gonna take that.
Dawn says, when a man is emotionless, he is not into you, period. Stop
Right.
trying to make him show his emotion because you will wear
yourself out. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn. A guy has got to be, if a guy won't open up to you, and you got to be, when seeking a spouse or even a friend, you know, you want somebody who can convey their emotions and convey their thoughts and open up to you. If this person isn't doing that, that person ain't for you. You know, I don't give a damn how fine and how drop dead gorgeous they are. Let it go.
Now,
certain people are made to live in cabins by themselves. J Square says in marriage growth is difficult over the years. You both have to do your best to grow together. Janae says, let the record show I never said anything about divorce. Not sure why you went so hard on that subject. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, because let me tell you why I brought that in. I just threw that out there because some people think that, well, if he not doing what I want him to do, or she not doing what I want her to do, I just divorce her. That's not what. That's not what your vows say. For better or for worse, for richer or poor, for sickness and in health, till death do you part.
And now, question,
if you marry somebody like that, if you marry somebody emotionless, you knew they were emotionless before you got married. Yeah, so now that you put yourself in that position, you're gonna have to let God handle that.
On our next show, we're gonna talk about, do we really respect
on our next
vows?
show?
Do we really respect the vows? You know, because a lot of y'all, let me tell you, I think a lot of people get married for the wrong reasons. A lot of them get married for the pomp and circumstance of the ceremony itself. Because I've seen couples fall off right after they walk down that aisle and they had that first dance and the fog and the tuxedos and all of that. And some of them ugly bridesmaids dresses. Yeah, I said it. You know, and I get it. And somebody finally told me why bridesmaids' dresses were ugly, because of the fact that the bride chose them and she didn't want nobody being far sharper than she would. Delmar says marriage is a great institution if you like institutions.
If you like being in an institution.
You institutionalize. What about some women who are not used to a man who is emotionally intelligent? Whoa. Oh, J Square comes hard out the
What did he say? I didn't see that.
He said, what about some women who are not used to a man who is emotionally intelligent? That means she is not emotionally intelligent.
Don't do that to women. You're going to have women clicking on your page and friending you just so they can cuss you out.
He don't care.
I know, but I'm saying you're going to have women clicking on you and friending you just to cuss you out.
Oh, exactly. Excuse me, but... let me tell you something, boo-boo. Patricia says sometimes you're dating a person's representative, then the real person comes out after the ceremony.
No. I never believe that.
I disagree.
I never believe that.
I agree
that means
you never
didn't
meet the person. You don't never meet the real guy or the real girl. You meet the person that they want you to believe that they are initially. Give it 4-5 months down the road, the real deal is coming home, okay?
I guarantee you, if you're dating you should not only date one person until you just figure out who that person is, and then you
Yeah.
say, okay, yeah. If he asks me to commit to him, I can commit to him. Women, stop committing to men before they ask you, and then you won't have that problem.
Yeah, very true.
That's general. That's general. I wasn't putting that as a focus to anybody.
Oh,
But, I know we got to go.
Oh, wait a minute. Tiffany says unequally yoked marriages. And Patricia says sometimes you're dating the person. That's when we came into that statement.
All right, I got to go.
Yeah, me too. Tell you what, guys. Friday. You good Friday, Juan?
Yes, but you're going to have to do the morning coffee show.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, I'll send
But
you
see,
the
wait a
link.
minute. All my people still can come in, throw my
Yeah,
show
yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah,
watch
yeah.
it.
Yeah. They can come in.
But so Friday, I will be a guest on the morning coffee show. It'll be the morning coffee rise and grind.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you guys join us for this. Tina says, in closing, in a relationship or a marriage, respect and understanding both parts is the most important in the element. Deborah says, replying to J Square, what about some men when the woman is emotionally
See, I told you,
intelligent?
Jay. I told you.
See, you get ready. You opened up a
told
can of
you.
whoop ass.
I got to go, y'all. I'll see y'all
Love to
later.
all. Thanks for watching. Make it a great day. You know, as always, in parting, I tell you to be a better you today than you were yesterday. Make it a great day on purpose. Do it with authority. Wow, your mission today, as it always is, be such a wonderful person that you make God himself smile on you, all right? Remember, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and remember to make each and every day count. We are WJZDRadioDetroit.com. Thanks for watching.